how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Alyssa and I build LEGO sets as well as film lifestyle type videos. So today is gonna be part 2 of my LEGO set, this little guy. His name is BD-1. We ended on bag number 3, so we're gonna go on to bag number 4. Before we get started, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to make sure that you stay updated on all my future videos. So with that, we're just gonna kind of start on number 4 and go from there. So in my last video we had been talking about what I did while I was in Portland, and so we went through all up to the second day. So now we're on to day 3. So that day was a little different than the other ones. So I really like to get a tattoo in all the places that I travel, and I had a lot of trouble trying to figure out what tattoo shop to go to. I ended up going to this one. It was called Tron City Tattoo, and everyone there was super friendly, so nice and everything. I ended up getting this cute little donut as my tattoo. It's like an American traditional style, and I'll show a picture of you guys on the screen if I can remember to do that. Sometimes I forget, but it took quite a while to do the whole thing. But everyone there was so nice and so friendly, and one of the best experiences I ever had at a tattoo shop, so that was pretty cool. So that basically took up the first half of my whole day. And of course it was the last day, so I was a little sad, and then after that I ended up going back to that, to like 30th floor bar during happy hour, just so that I could kind of eat something after I got tattooed, because it was a while before I ate again. So I went there, got some sushi, got some sliders, got some drinks, and then I ended up just going back to my hotel after that, and I had something else planned later in the day that I had booked before I left, so I knew that I was going to end up doing that. So I did this thing called it was like a dinner cruise on the river they have. I don't remember what it's called. It was like a Waimila or something like that river. I know I'm saying it wrong, so ended up meeting at their little dock that they had, and you get like escorted to your seat and everything, and it was this very beautiful like river and cruise and everything, and it came with like drinks and food and everything like that, and I just kind of got to walk around a little bit on top of the boat. They have such beautiful houses that are on this river. Like, and you wouldn't even know it if you were on like a road or anything, because it's very much in like the foresty part of Portland, and oh my gosh, they were such beautiful houses. Like, there's a few of them that just kind of like remind me of the Haunted Mansion, and just all this beautiful red brick of everything. I would love to live in one of those houses, but I'm sure they are just so damn expensive. But everything was just so pretty. All of the food was so good too on the boat. But yeah, that day on Friday was when they had all those outages for the airlines, and everyone was freaking out that they wouldn't get their plane, and everyone was like not making their plane and everything like that. So I was starting to get a little nervous because I knew my flight was the next day. So that would have really sucked if I missed my flight, but it also isn't like that big of a deal. They would have just been able to spend another day in Portland, which would be kind of cool. And then after my cruise, it was nighttime by the time I got back, so ended up going back to my hotel, going to sleep, and then the next morning it was time to go. So my flight left in the afternoon, and so I was able to go and get brunch again. I went to this place called, I think it was like Mama's Bistro or Mother's Bistro and Bar or something like that. It was a beautiful little spot that was connected to one of the hotels that they had there. It was like down the street from my hotel again. But I ended up getting this omelet, this ham omelet. It was so good. And then I ended up just like kind of walking around that hotel for a little bit, just kind of looking at everything, and it was such a beautiful hotel. And then by the time that was over, it was time for me to go to the airport and go back home. Just a little sad. I always get sad on the last day. But thankfully when I got to the airport, it didn't look like anyone was still having problems with their flights or anything. Nothing was too crazy busy. So that was really nice. So I just ended up boarding my flight and I was back home. I really had such a great trip. Like everything, every day was different than the next, and I really liked doing that. Now that I'm back home, it's kind of back to my same routine that I always do, which, you know, I don't mind it. It's great that I work from home and everything, but I do miss being places, so I have a lot of plans for the future and this year. so we have part 4 done. It's just this little part of his head, it looks like. I believe this is his head. We're gonna go on to part 5. Alright, this looks like a fairly smaller set, which is kind of nice, or part. So like I said, I have a couple plans for the rest of this year for traveling wise. I only have 1 trip booked so far, so the rest is just kind of talk for now, and then we'll see what I actually end up doing. So I have finally booked another Disney trip. I've been itching to go again. So in October, I decided I'm gonna do like a 2-part trip. So I'm first gonna do my first international flight, and that one is gonna be to Toronto, and I'm gonna spend a couple days there. And then after that, I'm gonna take a flight from Toronto to Orlando, and this is gonna be in October. I'm gonna get the spooky season, and I'm so excited for that. I already booked Mickey's Not So Scary. It'll be the first time I'll ever be experiencing any spooky time at Disney World, and the first time I'll ever do a spooky after hours event thing. I haven't done one in Disneyland before. They always sell out before I end up booking it, and it always makes me so sad. But this year I was able to snag one of the Not So Scary, so I'm super excited for that. I can't wait. I'm debating on whether I want to dress up for it or if I'm just gonna kind of go in normal clothes and just see kind of what they do for that event. But I can't wait. I'm so excited. When I'm in Toronto, I'm gonna go to a hockey game, so that should be fun. I'm not really gonna spend too much time in Toronto, and then I'm just gonna spend about a week in Orlando. So a little bit shorter of a trip than I usually go for Disney, but that's fine. I'm so excited. And then I'm hoping to do another trip in between now and then. So I kind of miss going to Hawaii. I've gone for the past 2 years to Hawaii during the summer, and I kind of missed it. So I'm thinking of maybe doing a small Hawaii trip. I'm also thinking of in September going to Boston and Salem, just kind of doing spooky time over there too. I think that would be so much fun. But I'm really hoping I could at least do one more trip before then. So always love spooky season, so I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. And then January I think is gonna be my last Disney trip, because that's when my annual pass expires. I'm gonna be so sad when that day comes, but I'm thinking of spending a little bit of time in Orlando and then also going to New Orleans. I went there a couple years ago and I loved it, and I've been wanting to go back, but it gets pretty hot there. So I'm thinking of doing that in January. Thought that'd kind of be like the perfect timing for that. So we'll see what I end up doing. I'll probably be talking about this multiple times in my upcoming videos on when I book things and if plans change or whatever I end up doing. But I'm very excited for my trip to Orlando again. Okay, so we are done with part 5. We still haven't connected the head yet, so we only have one bag left, and it looks like we're just gonna finish everything up. So we'll just get started on bag 6. Okay, we are finally done with this little guy. He turned out so cute. His head is a little wobbly, but it's okay. He also came with a little stand, and it has a little teeny tiny little mini one right at the end of it. It looks so cute. Well, I think we did pretty good on this one. It turned out adorable. Kind of it for this set. So before I sign off, please be sure to leave any comments you have down below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to stay updated on all my future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.